Hello and welcome to DSTE Presents Twin Peaks. This is a spin-off podcast from Don't Spoil the Ending, which is our main podcast, looking into movies and TV shows, video games, but we're looking into Twin Peaks in particular. My name's John.
Hello, and my name's Nick.
Good to see you again, Nick.
And you, John.
Been a week.
More of an hour, but...
Yeah, so we're looking in now to Twin Peaks Season 3, episode by episode, week by week. And this week we're up to episode 5, is that right?
That's right, yeah.
Episode 5. This is the first time where they haven't dropped like 2 a week kind of thing. They dropped all 4 in one big bunch and kind of treated it like episode 1 and 2 were week 1, episode 3 and 4 were week 2 kind of thing, which is how we treated it as well with the podcast.
Yeah.
So this is the first time we've had like pretty much one night to digest an episode.
So this is likely to be a smaller episode as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll be short. We've only got the one episode to talk about today. So we're looking at maybe like 30 to 45 minutes of just talk about the show. But saying that though, I mean, we've been discussing earlier off the podcast that we think not much happens really in this one. But saying that, I've got more notes than ever, so I don't know how that's worked. But
well, let's see how it goes, eh?
Yeah, definitely. It's like a show where not much seems to happen this week, but in another way, more happens than ever, kind of thing.
I mean, I agree, but like, I think this is my favourite episode so far. You know.
Well, yeah, I don't want to show my hand too early, but I kind of agree with you in a way. Yeah, there's some elements of it which I'm a bit on the fence with, but overall, this feels the most to me like classic Twin Peaks kind of thing.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah, and a lot of the plot details are starting to come together now. Before we saw stuff happen in Buckhorn, we saw stuff happen in South Dakota with Evil Dale, and it feels like now they're actually starting to kind of like piece together a bit. So I've just got a few things to go into before we start the show breakdown. Are you okay with that?
That's fine,
a couple of things really. The first thing I wanted to mention was, again, we've talked about this off the pod, but the Spade theory that I came up with last week as like a random throwaway thing that he might be selling them online.
Yeah.
It's pretty much like been confirmed in this episode.
Has been confirmed. Well, it has been confirmed, doesn't it?
Yeah, so I just wanted to mention that. That's a bit of a weird shout, but
well done, Steve.
Yeah. Just wanted to mention it because like it's a bit of a throwaway thing, just saying, we could just be selling them online. It could be an online business, and that's pretty much exactly what we've had confirmed in this episode, which is a bit weird. Just one other thing I've been meaning to mention for the last few weeks that I've not really got around to doing. I'm loving the show overall. I'm guessing you're feeling the same way.
Loving it,
Loving the fact it's returning after 25 years, and it feels like a genuine like follow up to the old TV show. The one thing I'm not too keen about is the look of the show. The reason being, it's all shot digitally. Lynch, in the last 15 years or so, has become like a massive advocate for digital photography.
Oh, right, okay.
I think he did Inland Empire like over 10 years ago, which was his first film he shot completely digital. And I just think digitally it doesn't look as good as film. Like
I know what you mean.
Yeah, all the old stuff was shot on film, Twin Peaks and the movie. So that's my only one bugbear with it. It doesn't line up visually, I think, with the look of the old show. Purely because it just looks a bit digital at times. It still looks great the way he films it, the way he frames the shot and stuff and the lighting. It all looks amazing. Just something to do with digital. I'm not a massive fan of myself, and I don't think it helps the effects either. Sometimes, in the old show, regardless of how bad the effects were, you kind of get away with it when it's on film because it kind of glosses over it almost.
I know what you mean. Nowadays, they feel a bit dated. On top of this, like say modern look.
Yeah, with the digital look to it, combined with the digital effects, it combines to make like this really weird Photoshoppy look sometimes. But other than that, I still think it looks great. I think that for shooting on film, so it might have been one of the concessions he had to make to actually get the show made. But I just wanted to mention that was all, just a little bugbear I had with the show. But other than that, I'm loving it so far.
That's fine.
Have you got anything else you want to go into before we start? Or
No. We can leave giving out our Twitters until the end.
Do all that at the end.
That's all
yeah.
fine.
As Joe mentioned on the main show, I forgot to give out a few Twitters last week.
Well, it's not just a few Twitters. You literally forgot to give out the main
site
for our main podcast.
Yeah, so I'll definitely do that later. Okay, and I apologise for any coughing and spluttering. I've got a bit of hay fever at the moment, so that's not helping me at the moment. So Right, well, we'll get straight into it then. And we'll just break down the episode scene by scene if you're okay with that.
That's fine by me.
I toyed with the idea of doing the location thing again, going from Vegas to Twin Peaks. It felt like one of them episodes, but I got myself so confused trying to take notes doing it that way that I just thought, just do it scene by scene, character by character, might be the easiest way. So, we'll just jump into it then. You okay with that?
Right, mate, go ahead.
Okay, so we start off this week. We catch up with the hitmen who have been watching who they think is Dougie Jones.
Yeah.
And who we know is good Dale Cooper coming back out of the Black Lodge. We pick up with those two goofballs in the car. I think they're watching his car that he parked up at a rental home that he met with where he met with a prostitute. So they can't understand why the car is still there. They think he's still there basically.
Yeah.
Because he actually got a ride from the prostitute at the time. So I think they're there just scoping out the car, and they make a call to a mysterious woman who we'll call the worried woman.
The worried woman.
Which is how they refer to her.
Yeah.
She's a worrier, they say. And they inform her that what they think is Dougie is still alive. She's really worried. And so she sends a text on an old school BlackBerry. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I did see that, yeah.
She sends a text to a random black beeper. What, the pager is it? Which is I think we'll learn later on, is in Buenos Aires in Argentina. Do you remember this at all? It's a little black box in a bowl.
I did, yeah.
In an attic in Argentina.
That bowl, that little beeper thing confused the hell out of me. I didn't know what I was watching.
I've got no idea what's going on with that.
No, I didn't.
She texts the message to it, anything urgent or something like that. And the little black beeper starts beeping with a little red LED. And we pretty much cut off there, but it must be something to do with Evil Dale, but
I might be jumping ahead here. Tell me if I am, but did we not see those people in the black car come around the corner at this point?
I think it's a little bit later on when we mention that. When we see that, sorry. It's only my notes are quite confused with that bit, because I'll just show you here. I've got arrows pointing everywhere. I put it earlier in the episode than it actually was.
Okay.
The carjacker stuff, yeah. So I'll come back to that in a minute, maybe.
I know these people. They do come back in it twice, don't they?
They do. They're always kind of hovering around in the background. You've got one car with two hitmen watching Dougie Jones's car. Then you've got another car, a black car with this music blaring, really weird music choice, and they keep on creeping past, checking out the car, don't they?
Like you said, we'll come back to that because I don't want to confuse people too much. So.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, so from that scene, then we then jump to the morgue, which I think is in Buckhorn in South Dakota, with is she a mortician?
This scene made me laugh a lot. Because like you've said it before, an example of David Lynch's comedy, because she just kept saying these daft little one-liners. They were ridiculous, but I couldn't help but laugh at it.
Definitely, yeah.
What was it? She said I can't remember what it was. A joke about a head, anyway.
Yeah, there's a few in there. It was like spending a day in the office working with us because of all the bad puns flying around there. She starts off by, I think the two other detectives come in, and she's like, "It's okay, guys. I've cracked the case here. I figured out what killed him. He was decapitated."
That was it. I remember.
She's got a few other zingers after that as well, but I forgot to pick those up, to be honest.
I can't remember them now, but I couldn't help but laugh at them.
Yeah, I loved it.
Couldn't. Like you say, it's an example of David Lynch's humour.
Yeah, just weird, uncomfortable humour kind of thing. You know it's a bad pun, but it's still funny, just the context of it. But really, the whole point of this scene is, just to confuse things even further, is that this, I might be wrong on this, but I think this is the dead body that was decapitated in the bed in South Dakota back in episode 1. I think so.
I assumed it was the lad, do you know, in the box that was watching the box.
It could be that, to be honest.
I assumed it was him.
My only thought with that is why would it be in South Dakota? You see, that's why I was thinking
where
that.
Was he?
In New York.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You're probably right.
Unless they moved the body there because Gordon Cole was going there in the last episode.
It was a male's body, wasn't it, in South Dakota?
It was a male body with a female head on top, yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right, actually. I didn't realise that until you just said it.
I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure myself. I was a bit wary as to whose body it was meant to be. And because we're doing this so fast after the episode coming out last night, it's a bit trying to...
All it was for me was because, obviously, you could see the big tear up his chest. It just looked like he'd been shredded apart, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I assumed it was that because you seen what happened to them bodies in the previous episode.
And again, another reason why I'm thinking it was that is that was the I don't think she's a mortician, but we'll just call it the mortician anyway. She was there on the scene when they found that body in South Dakota, and those two detectives. So that's why I'm thinking it's probably that body.
You're almost definitely right then, John.
But the confusing thing is they find a ring within the body, which is either a wedding ring or an engagement ring.
It belonged to Dougie Jones.
Jones. It's got inscribed on it from Janie E. Jones, I believe.
So does that mean, like, in the future we're going to, in a future episode, we're going to get, like, the police approaching Dougie Jones's wife? Because, I mean, when I was watching it, I thought, like, surely they won't be able to find, like, how are they going to know? Like, it's just a ring that says Dougie Jones. Or does it say Dougie Jones?
I think it definitely mentioned Janie E. Jones, I think, on there. But I don't know whether it was to her or from her. Right.
See, I wonder if they will be able to find her or...
Yeah, I mean, this is what I mentioned before. This is how I feel like the whole thing's coming together a bit now. You know, that mystery in Buckhorn is kind of being tied into the mystery in Vegas, which is being tied in with Evil Dale. You know, it's all kind of coming together a bit now. So how it's coming together, I don't know. But I do feel like they're making an effort to actually link it all together now a bit. But yes, we then go from that scene in the morgue. We then jump to just a really weird scene of Evil Dale in jail.
This was a bit weird for me because, like, instantly, just like he said, like, oh, they're coming with the food now, and then they open the door. I was like, I get, like, this is the scene you're talking about, isn't it?
Yeah, he's lying down and he mentions food is coming or something like that. Yeah. And then the guard starts walking down the hallway.
As soon as he says it. So, like, I mean, I get it. He's from, like, the other world or the other place, whatever. Like, or the Red Room kind of thing. So he's a demon. So, like, do you reckon that's where his powers are coming from? That kind of...
I really don't know, to be honest, because, man, I've always thought of this guy as Bob, basically. You know, Bob from the old series. But following on from the food bit, he looks at himself in the mirror and you get a flashback to...
Was this in the same scene?
Yeah.
Because the guy comes out with the food, places it down, he gets the food, puts it on, like, the side or something, and then looks in the mirror, doesn't he?
Looks in the mirror. We get a weird flashback to the finale of Series 2, where, like, Evil Dale and Bob are just both manically laughing in the Black Lodge. And we then get a shot of Evil Dale looking in the mirror, and his face starts to almost change, or a weird change to it.
Like, it's got, like, a weird smile, hasn't it? And his face goes. I thought my eyes were messing up. I think, like, that messed me up a bit.
Yeah, it's really weird. And he says to himself, "I'm glad he's still here."
Yeah.
That's good, or something like that. So it's almost as if there's more than one person in there. You know, like there's.
Well, I'm guessing it is Bob, in control of the body.
But yeah, it's almost as if like he's saying to Bob, "It's good that you're still here." So don't, you know what I mean? Like he's talking to himself or something. So not as if there's more than one person in there, which is just a bit weird. And we
had another snippet, didn't we, from the finale of him banging his head on the window.
Oh yeah, we got the.
Was that in the finale, or was that just from deleted scenes?
I think it was in the finale when he headbutts the glass and Bob's on the other side. Yeah, just a really weird scene. So yeah, I mean, I think Bob's still in there, but if there's other demons from the Black Lodge in there as well, I just don't know at the moment. It's a bit of a weird one. Again, we then jump from that scene back to Twin Peaks, and we meet a new character called Stephen, who's the boyfriend of Becky, who is the daughter of Shelley. And he's in an office, presumably working a job, and he's being basically like dressed down by like the office manager or something, telling him that your CV's garbage and you know your work's not good enough. Just going to mention this guy's played by I forgot his name, Caleb Landry Jones, I think it is. He's from Get Out. He was in X-Men First Class.
Oh, was he? What was he?
Yeah, he was Banshee in that.
Oh, right, okay.
He was a lot younger in that one, but he's been in a few films like this. He was in one called War on Everyone, I watched a few months ago. I've got to admit, I'm not a massive fan of him. People rave about him and stuff, but I'm not a huge fan.
I mean, I think it probably means he's doing the right job, like he's doing what he's supposed to be doing, but I don't know, I feel dead uncomfortable watching him. I don't like watching him. It feels a bit weird when I'm seeing him on the screen, you know what I mean? Yeah,
I mean, he's good at that kind of part, and you know, I think you're supposed to unsettle you kind of thing. He's a bit of a weird character, but I'm not a massive fan of him, but he basically gets like a bit of a telling off in the office. And again, we're jumping all over the place here, but we then jump from that scene to Sheriff Truman on the phone in the Twin Peaks police department.
I love this scene. This is one of my favourite scenes of the episode.
This one. Well, I'm presuming he's on the phone to his brother, Harry Truman.
Yeah, I think it confirms it at the end.
Does it? Right, yeah.
I think he actually said I was on the phone to Harry.
Right, I think I missed that bit, but he's saying on the phone, like, that's terrible news, and he must be telling him about what illness he's got or whatever on the phone. And he goes from having that phone call to his wife coming in and just tearing a strip off him.
This is where I loved it, because she's there having a right go at him, and I can't remember what she's saying now. Oh, she's are you going to get this faucet, this leaky faucet fixed? And he's like, oh yes, someone's going to come tomorrow and do it. Oh, so I've got to wait a full 24 hours to get this faucet fixed. And just put a bucket. I've got a bucket, but it's not big enough. Like, buy a bigger bucket. He's like, oh, so you're happy for me to buy a big bucket, which we'll probably never use again, but I can't buy that coat I've wanted for all this time. I love it though, because he's just there going, yeah. And at the end of it, she goes, oh, you're impossible. Runs out the office.
You just end up with the scene feeling so bad for Sheriff Truman. He's obviously in a bit of a mad marriage. So again, have you got anything more on that one at all, or?
No, I don't think that.
I don't think there's anything more that happens in that bit. Is there?
Apart from that little outburst from his wife. First time we've met his wife.
Yeah, first time we met her. Yeah, but yeah, again we're jumping all over the place here. We then jump from that scene to. I keep going to call him Dougie, but it's Good Dale.
Good Dale, yes.
We now meet Good Dale. He's going to work with, Jane is having to drive him to work because his car is still at the Rancho Rosa.
Is this out front of the house?
Yeah.
And he's stood there, isn't he? And I can't remember, he's having a bit of, well, he's not saying anything, but his wife's saying something to him.
Yeah.
Or Dougie's wife is saying something to him. While he's staring at the boy, Junior, and he's just tears falling down his face.
Yeah, so it's weird, isn't it? Yeah.
I'm not quite sure.
Junior's kind of zoned out in the back of the car, and he's just got tears coming down his face. Yeah. And all the while, Naomi Watts is telling him, go to work, settle your debts, and no more drinking and gambling. Just like it's an everyday thing. Like that.
and then she's like, oh, go to work. And she's like, oh, God, you've got no car, have you? I'll drive you to work then. Yeah,
so she's got to then drive him to work. I love this all this Dale stuff that comes up now. She drives him to work, drops him off. He stands for a good 5 minutes looking at a statue outside the place he works at.
This is after she's shouting at him to get out the car.
Yeah.
And he's just oblivious. He's just sat there until she literally has to lean over, take the seatbelt off him, and
almost kick him out the car.
And then she started shouting at him to close the door. It's like, Doggy! and he's just walking off to this statue.
She's got to do that for him as well. And it's a statue of a cowboy, I think. Did you notice this? Like a cowboy pointing his gun.
Yeah.
And I don't know, again, I'm going out on a limb here, but I don't know whether this is going to tie in with the whole... Hawk was told back in a previous episode, it's all to do with your heritage, cowboys and Indians, that kind of thing.
Do you reckon? I thought the whole point of that was, I might have been wrong, but I thought it was to do with, he was staring at the gun by the looks of it.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
So
maybe
I was thinking maybe it was giving him flashbacks to obviously being
an agent
Dale Cooper.
Yeah, that could be it. To be honest with you,
that's what I got from it.
Yeah, it is a bit of a stretch, the whole cowboy thing, but. Yeah, just struck me the fact it's a cowboy and we're getting such a heavy Indian vibe from the...
The only reason I don't think that is it might be by a long... I'm no expert, but the only reason I think it might not be that is because I don't think he ever knew it had anything to do with Hawk's heritage.
Yeah.
That's only come to light.
Yeah,
in the new season.
Yeah.
When obviously Dale wasn't in the picture, so...
Yeah.
That's the only reason I think...
No, you're right. Like I said, I am going out on a limb with that one. I just thought I'd throw it out there, the cowboy thing I found.
You might be right. We all know how convoluted this show is. And you just say David Lynch that the evidence is all there. You just kind of have to look at it. So
yeah, just got to work out for yourself.
It could be part of the evidence.
Yeah. So again, not Dougie, Dale. Dale goes from that to then he goes into his office building. Again, he's just kind of like shambling around, doesn't know what he's doing with himself. And one of his co-workers comes up to him with a whole load of coffees, and his eyes light up as soon as he spots the coffee. Excuse me. Gets a coffee off him, and he just again can't stop drinking the coffee. Just realises his coffee addiction's come back.
Well, he gets it, doesn't he? Grabs it with two hands, and he just pretty much downs it.
Yeah, just drinking the coffee in pretty much one go. They leave the elevator, and there's a couple on a sofa with coffees of their own, and he just shambles over to them, just fascinated by the coffee.
Stares at them for a bit, and just like, you're right. Before his colleague obviously drags him off to.
Yeah, he gets dragged off into a meeting with it's an insurance company I think they're working for.
I think that's it.
Yeah. Gets dragged off into a meeting, and we meet one of his other colleagues, is Tom Sizemore, who's been around for years, the actor. He was been in loads of Michael Mann films. He was in Bringing Out the Dead with Nicolas Cage, a lot of stuff like that. Okay. And he comes in. He tells Dougie that, I've covered for you and all this, implying that Dougie's had all this problem with drinking and being out on benders and stuff like that. And they go into this meeting, and kind of the point of this meeting is to show that Tom Sizemore's lying to the boss about something. And Dale, just immediately, like a reaction almost, just says, he's lying, like an old Dale kind of thing
this
to
is
do.
Like the first snippet that, he's still in there kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think maybe... Actually, in the last episode when he got given the coffee, that was our first little snippet of that. But this is the first confirmation that Agent Cooper's there.
Cooper's there and he's trying to get through almost kind of thing. He shouts out, he's lying, to which the manager of the meeting is kind of like, why do you say that, Dougie? They think he's Dougie, don't they? Why are you saying that, Dougie? Which then leads to him having a meeting with the manager later on. And he drops a couple of words during the meeting to Dougie saying agent. He's one of my best agents. And just the word agent, you can see good Dale just being like, agent?
Yeah.
Trying to, it's triggered something kind of thing. And he mentions, almost as a punishment, he goes, I'm going to give you some cases to work, take this home for homework and work them.
Because obviously the meeting ended first, didn't it?
Yeah.
And basically the boss said to him, I want to see you in my office after this. I think that's what the bit you're on about now.
Yeah, that's what it then jumps to. In the meeting,
Obviously, his colleague kind of walks him into the office.
Yeah,
the one from before, and it's quite funny actually because he pushes him in, and the boss goes, close the door when you finish, kind of thing, and they close the door. It's like on your way out, because he's closing the door. And it's like no.
Yeah.
And then obviously, like you say, he's giving him a good stern telling off before he's basically saying, I'm going to give you a load of case files.
Yeah, well, this is a homework punishment, but he's like, case files? Again, it's agents and case files trigger something within Dale. So it's coming back piece by piece, I feel like, but it's just taking a really long time to get there.
I am hoping, to be honest, it's going to be earlier on rather than later that we get the Dale Cooper back. You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if it's episode 70, or something before, knowing David Lynch. We might drag this out for the whole series. It's fair enough. But I would like to have old Dale Cooper back. I want him to go. I want more time in Twin Peaks because I imagine once we get him back,
he'll be heading straight back there.
Back to Twin Peaks, and hopefully he'll be finishing the investigation he started
25 years ago. Yeah. Okay, we then jump from that insurance meeting to the casino boss from episode 2 or 3, I think it was, and he's basically again getting told off by his superior as well, who is James Belushi. He's the big guy, balding. Do you know from the old films? Was it K9? He was in James Belushi.
Don't get telling him. I remember the person telling him off was Teabag.
So Teabag from Prison Break's in there as well.
He wasn't the one that was telling him off in the first place.
He was having a real go at him. I think he's punches him a couple of times. Yeah, Teabag gives him a couple of punches, but I think James Belushi's actually his boss as well.
Because basically he's like, all right, well, you've kind of fucked up kind of thing, punches him in the face, he goes, and then James Belushi, he then comes along, he's like...
Yeah, he fires him basically because he was on watch when Goodale was on his hello streak.
We found out, this is where we found out how much he won.
He won, yeah, $485,000, was it, or something?
I think it was $425,000.
Is that what it was?
I was like,
nearly $500,000.
A lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah, so I can understand why he's getting fired, maybe.
Yeah, because like I think they said like he did like 10 jackpots in a night or something, and I think someone actually said like that's more than we normally do in a year.
Yeah, it's weird though when you think about it, because all that little flamey thing was doing was showing him which machines were ready to drop by the look of it.
Yeah.
So you'd imagine they were going to drop anyway, regardless of who went on them. You know what I mean? So
yes, I mean the fact that the old crazy lady went on it and won.
Yeah, she got a few as well. Yeah. Yes, well, you feel like that night they'd probably lost that much money anyway, because if the machines are ready to drop, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter who goes on it.
Are we sure it weren't just the some Indian magic?
Yeah, it might be a bit of voodoo, hoodoo that that made them drop, maybe. But yeah, the casino boss, he's fired, gets hoovered straight away, and they put the backup guy in charge, who I don't know if you remember, is quite a nervy, unusual looking guy. But he was in The Dark Knight. He was like one of the Joker's kind of decoys that he uses. There's one bit where in The Dark Knight where they're trying to trick Commissioner Gordon, I think, and he uses him as a decoy in one of the scenes. But like it's the same actor, yeah, who's now the casino boss taking over.
It weren't the one from the previous episode, was it?
It's been in the other episodes, I think. Yeah.
It's the one like was it the one I said was Ant-Man's friend?
I don't know. He could be. I can't remember Ant-Man, to be honest with you.
Black slick back hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the same. I didn't.
It might be him. Yeah.
If it's the same guy, I didn't realise.
I need to watch Ant-Man again. It probably will be him then. Yeah, that's the guy who takes over.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So after that happens, we then jump again to. Let's have a look. We then jump to the carjacker scene that you mentioned earlier. They've already driven past a couple of times by this point, I think.
That's what I mean. I thought this had happened in the earlier scene we spoke of.
Yeah.
Like they drove past at one point with their weird music.
That's right, yeah. They drove past a few times by this point. And you don't know whether they're looking for Dougie or...
What happens this one, like the kid and his drugged out mother.
Yeah.
Like I found this quite funny because the last time we're seeing her, like in the end credits, it called her crackhead mother.
I didn't know that.
And in this end credits, it called her drugged out mother.
Right.
And I just found it quite funny because it's not sticking by like...
Yeah, its own rules kind of thing.
But so we had drugged out mother and a little kid with the teeth.
Yeah.
And the kid's obviously like watching out the car, and I think he spies this little flashing red light under the car, doesn't he? So he leaves. He goes over to the car and he starts messing with it before this bloody black car with raging music like come along. Oh, get away! Start literally pushing, throwing rocks at a kid.
Yeah, get rid of the kid.
What kind of people, even if you are about to hijack a car, who throws rocks at little children? I don't know. But obviously they come along and they just start jacking the car and they're in it for a couple of seconds before
boom.
The car blows up and everyone's out. Everyone hightails out of there.
A couple of them get killed in the blast.
I mean, there's two of them that blow up in the car.
Yeah.
Like the rest of them they don't even try to stop to see if they're friends. I assume they're friends anyway.
Yeah.
Are okay. They just hightail out there, and the little kid runs back to mum.
And I think that she wakes up, doesn't she, at that point? And I think that's pretty much it, though. I don't think
we've seen much more of them anymore.
Yeah.
Well, not in that scene anyway.
I think that was the end of that one. I'm still thinking maybe the mother and son are like the Chalfonts Tremaine thing from the old series, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking of this fear of yours while I was watching this scene. And
excuse me. Yeah.
I don't know. It might be, but like, I don't know. It felt to me just like it was a kid with curiosity. To be honest,
could just be that, couldn't it? Yeah, just and he's the way that you get into the scene, kind of thing. Yeah, maybe. But yeah, we're jumping all over the place here. We then jump from that one to we then meet the a prostitute from like episode 3, I think it was, maybe.
She's getting a car washed, isn't she?
She's getting a car washed. I should have really made a note of her name. Instead of just calling her the prostitute, but
I'm pretty sure everyone knows who it is.
And she and the guy doing the valet for the car mentions that we found a key in your car, and it's the key to the Great Northern Hotel back in Twin Peaks, which Goodale dropped in the car, the Jeep, a few weeks back in episode 3, I think it was.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Was it episode 3? Yeah, I think you're right. And then literally she's just like, "Oh, give me a minute."
Yeah.
And goes, I think she sees a little note on the other side, doesn't she? Basically saying like, if lost or something,
please return to Great Northern or whatever. Yeah.
And she essentially just puts it in the letterbox.
Goes and does that straight away. I'm almost wondering if all the talk of something is missing. I'm wondering if this is what it's going to refer to, and this will be the clue that gets Hawk back into the big investigation kind of thing.
What do you reckon?
Maybe. I'm just thinking like that key's going to turn up at the Great Northern. Benjamin Horne's going to call the police station and say, Cooper had this 25 years ago. We've just had it returned.
I wonder, because in a normal hotel, if you lose the key, you can get in the room still.
Yeah.
I just wonder, with it being Twin Peaks, I wonder if they'll find the key and they'll be like, let's go and find this room which has been dormant for 25 years.
Yeah. Well, I think it'll be one of them. They've probably got a new key card system in the meantime or something. But this could be how Audrey Horne gets into it. She could be working at the Great Northern, get the key and think, God, this was Cooper's 25 years ago, and looking, take it to Hawk or something maybe, look into it further that way. So I think that might be how we get back into how they know something is not right with Cooper, that kind of thing maybe. Yeah. So again, we then jump from there back to Twin Peaks. We've got Norma and Shelley in the diner.
Norma, is that a name?
I hope so. That's what I wrote down.
No, that actually makes sense.
Does that sound right? I think the actress is called Peggy Lipton, but I think it's Norma.
Yeah.
They're working in the diner, and this is when we realise when Becky comes in, and we find out that Becky's the daughter of Shelley.
Yeah.
And she's played by Amanda Seyfried.
Yeah. That's who it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I seen her, I've recognised her, instantly. But,
she's from, Ted 2 and stuff like that. And,
Yeah. But, she obviously comes into the cafe, which... Is this the first time we've returned to the cafe?
I think it might be.
I don't think we've been there. But, obviously, with it being such a pinnacle location for the original series, I thought we would have been there a lot sooner.
All the time, yeah. But it's the first time we've...
First time we're going there, and we meet, obviously, you say Norma?
I think it's not Norma and Shelley, I think,
we met Norma. This was the first time we come across Norma in the news.
I think it is, yeah.
So, instantly I was like, wow, amazing. Becky comes in, speaks to Shelley, who, at that point, we just thought were friends, I assume. I didn't know who it was. And then Shelley lends her money before they have a bit of a conversation, Shelley and Norma, and they're basically saying, you need to help her now before it's too late. We both know where this ends, kind of thing. Obviously, referring to the fact that they both been involved with
in bad relationships,
criminals essentially.
Yeah. And with a bit of context for it, back in episode 1, or 1 and 2, the combined episode, Shelley mentioned that she didn't like Becky's boyfriend, and we kind of find out why in a minute.
Did she say that? I did not realise. I didn't even put two and two together, but yeah, it makes sense.
When they're in the bar at the end, she sat with all the girlfriends, and they mentioned I hate Becky's boyfriend or whatever,
right, okay.
Which you can kind of understand.
That makes sense now.
Yeah. And obviously she's lending the money, which we find out is pretty much for the boyfriend anyway. So, and just another little bit of context with that, we know all about Laura Palmer from the original series, the popular blonde girl in town. I'm wondering if Becky is a modern day version almost.
I thought this because I've noticed in the show, cocaine seems to be a bit of a recurring
a big theme, definitely. It's going to come back in later on as well.
and obviously she goes out to the car with the boyfriend, and she's talking to him, and then Norma and Shelley are kind of watching him with this weird little arm around the stomach thing.
Just stood there watching out the window.
Watching and like leaning every time they move kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so they drive off and then he gives her a bit of cocaine.
Yeah. He gets the coke out, don't she? And she's like, "Are you going to use that all today?" And it's like, well, why wouldn't I?
I don't think he said like. She said, "Are you going to?" I think he said, "Did you?"
Oh, did you? Yeah.
And he was like, "Yeah."
Why wouldn't I? Yeah.
Yeah, I think he went. You know how I get. I'm nervous in the interviews, kind of thing. And like obviously saying that like he's pretty much been taking cocaine all day.
Yeah. Just a cope kind of thing.
Cope with the interview.
Yeah.
Before he obviously pours them on his hand and offers it to her.
Offers it to her, yeah. So
we get this weird little. I mean, I don't. You might have in your notes, but we get this weird little scene while they're driving off, where like she's kind of looking up, and it's just focused on her face, the camera, and she's just kind of looking. I'm not gonna lie. I thought like they were gonna crash. I genuinely thought something bad was gonna happen. Like, I thought it was gonna like stay fixed on her face the whole time. And then, like, you just see, like, everything twist
around her, like, crashing.
And I don't know, that's what I thought was going to happen, but obviously that's not what happened.
It's a really weird way to film that, because, like, the camera almost jerks at the start when it, like, focuses on her face. The camera jerks up kind of thing. But, yeah, that was a really weird scene. They both seem, like, really tripped out at that point, don't they? Yeah. So we've met Becky now. Like I say, I think she could be the modern-day Laura Palmer. We then jump from that to... Oh, just a really like throwaway scene back of Dale, or Dougie, if you want to call him Dougie. Good Dale. He's in an elevator at the office again, looking the wrong way, blocking the doors, just looking into the elevator. And like everyone's fuming because they can't get past him.
Move, get out of the way, move.
He's got his arms full of case files.
I mean, I'm wondering if that's like, do you reckon that was at the end of the day? Because, like, why are they so fuming to need to get out of the elevator that exact moment?
Quickly, yeah.
Like,
he's blocking up the whole elevator for everyone. There's another scene after that, I think it is, where he needs the toilet really badly, and he's just
after that.
I think so.
And like, yeah, he's basically stood like he wasn't when we first seen him at the house of Dougie's wife. And he kind of stood there, like, holding his self.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh. And some woman comes along, and she's like, oh, is the men's locked? Oh, come on, I'll sneak you into the ladies. And I think, like, she unlocks the ladies, and she opens the door, and she says to him, I think, this is what she said, I think she went like, I'll let you in if you give me a kiss, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And obviously, he's oblivious because he doesn't know how to person anymore.
Yeah.
But so she just kind of lets him in.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, and you just hear his relief when he's in the toilet.
yeah. She closes the door behind him, and all you hear is, ah.
So again, I think you're getting Dale back piece by piece at the moment, but and then after that, Dale's kind of just out in the courtyard again, just staring at that statue.
I feel that's right at the end.
It comes back to it at the end again. Like, he goes back out and he stood there with his case files, just staring at the statue. And it then cuts away from that to Hawk. Just a really brief scene. I don't really have much.
Hawk and Andy, wasn't it?
Hawk and Andy, but I can't.
Andy's like flipping through the case files.
Yeah.
And it's quite amusing, to be fair. But he's going, I can't find any Indians. I mean, and Hawk just kind of looks up at him and just like, I think what he says is like, I can't find any Indians. Can you see any Indians? and Hawk just kind of looks up from his case files and goes, no. You know what I mean?
And I think that's all the scene is, really.
Scene,
just that, yeah. Almost like just checking in again with Hawk, just show's still working on the case kind of thing, but there's a few scenes like that where nothing much happens. You're just checking back in with people, kind of thing. I've got a few coming up in a minute, but before that, we then go to Dr. Jacoby doing, or Dr. Amp, as he calls himself now.
Oh God, this was a good scene too.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed that.
Dr. Amp doing his internet like blogging show or something.
Well, yeah, like I didn't realise he was recording on camera at first.
I thought it was like a radio show.
A radio show, yeah.
Like us right now or something.
That's what I mean. I thought that's what he was doing. This kind of thing. And he's just like talking about It's this whole like Illuminati kind of thing. Is
a lot of conspiracy theories.
The poisoning our water, the poisoning our food, the poisoning everything. We can't go through life with this. Like just all this stuff.
Yeah,
like this.
throwing out loads of conspiracy theories. It'll give you psoriasis. It'll give you eczema.
And then it kind of just turns out that this whole because it skips to what's his name? The one with the hat. It's the one that's selling weed.
Jerry Horn's in the forest watching this.
And the woman with the eye patch.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, what's she called now? The old character. Nadine? Nadine.
Yeah, it skips to those two kind of watching it like...
Yeah.
They're both just kind of like, I think Jerry's just sat there smoking a spliff.
Yeah.
Because so it basically, it instantly thinks, oh God, this is just kind of that paranoia type thing.
Yeah.
People just, who are like that, are just tuning in because he's just a bit of a nut job and people are kind of getting onto it. But
and because Nadine is a bit of a misfit as well, isn't she, in the town and stuff.
And
so
you see her with this massive smirk going,
yeah, she's loving it.
And then before the end you find out that like it's weird because like he's got this thing, he's like, oh well, we're dug in the dirt.
Yeah, that's right. He has a quote showing himself digging himself out of a pile of shit, basically, and it's like, dig yourself out of the shit of the modern world.
and then like these amazing special effects where it just kind of cuts to him being above the dirt, like, and then that's where it's basically saying. It shows you exactly what this whole thing was. It's like, buy my golden shovels.
Only $29.99.
I thought it was amazing.
Yeah,
because I thought these shovels would have had more of a meaning. I thought it was all
some big, like, he was going to use them to dig something up, something to do with the Twin Peaks mythology or something. But nope, he's just selling them.
Selling shovels that are gold.
Yeah, going back to the Lynch thing again, I do feel like this whole webisode, or what would you call that, like a webcast or something he's doing.
Yeah, webisode.
Yeah, that whole thing is just kind of like how Lynch feels about the modern world. Is so like negative about everything and. Yeah. Everything seems fake and it's all conspiracy and what have you. And like, but then at the end of it, he's just trying to sell gold shovels. It's just all a big like scam kind of thing.
I love that,
yeah, does seem quite like cynical. Like I think Lynch is, to be fair, like a bit like that. So yeah, have we got anything more with the Dr. Jacoby?
No, I'm fine with that. Yeah,
you okay with that? So we then go from there to another one of these really brief scenes that doesn't really tell you much, but they jump to the Pentagon. Do you remember this? Where like a military officer goes into like a colonel's office, and I think it's a colonel, and it's played by Ernie Hudson, who's like Winston Zeddemore from Ghostbusters.
Right.
And she goes in and tells him that the computers are being accessed by a fingerprint that hasn't been used. Well, it's been used 15 times over the last 25 years, and it's the fingerprint of Major Briggs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Do you reckon this is Evil Dale on the computer?
I think it's part of his plan. I've got no idea how it all ties in.
He signed into a thing, didn't he?
Like a FBI or CIA login a few weeks ago. And they say this fingerprint of Major Briggs has been used for the 15th time over the last 25 years.
Okay.
And they're like, right, we'll look into it or whatever. So that's setting up another little subplot going on there. And we then jump from that scene to Tammy Palmer, Agent Tammy Palmer.
Yeah.
I think she's just literally looking at pictures of Dale Cooper. I think that's all she's doing.
She is, yeah.
Yeah.
Like she's got fingerprints up as well.
That's right, yeah.
She's got the fingerprints up on the screen. And from what I can gather, she was kind of comparing like two sets of them. So she had the picture of obviously Evil Dale, picture of Good Dale. She had a picture. I think, of the fingerprints, and she had on the screen, I think, Good Dale's
fingerprints. Yeah,
and they were almost identical, I think.
So I mean, another little subplot being set up there. Tammy Palmer's working on it. They've mentioned that this army colonel knows about it and that kind of thing. So I guess they're just trying to discern whether Evil Dale is the good Dale, that kind of thing, really. So
trying to discern if he is actually the right person,
the real Dale, like, yeah. So they're working on that. We've just really checked in with those characters just to see what they're up to this week. But we then jump from that to what, for me, is the highlight of the episode. Well, to be honest, there's two pretty good scenes coming up, but this one for me is the best. In the Roadhouse, where there's a guy smoking right underneath a no smoking sign.
This is a really weird scene.
Really creepy guy. The camera, first of all, hangs on the band for a good couple of minutes, showing you the band playing.
I instantly thought it was the end of the episode because with every other episode so far, it's essentially ended at the bar.
Yeah.
On the band, I was like, God, this is flew by this episode.
I was the same, and I was thinking, not much has happened really, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yet to come.
Yeah, definitely. And eventually, the camera then pans over to this creepy guy, who's just sat there smoking when he's not allowed to smoke. There's a group of girls in front of him who are like interested in looking back, you know, making eye contact and stuff. And I believe he's just like the bar owner, or at least the bartender.
Yeah, he looks to be.
Yeah, comes over and tells him to stop smoking or get out, kind of thing. At which point, I think, is it Chad from the other episode in series 2 or 3?
Was it Chad?
Is he called Chad?
Like the police officer?
The goofball officer, yeah.
Really? Was it him?
Who was like having a pop at the log lady and stuff.
I did not realise that.
It might not be, to be honest.
I recognised him though, so like you might be right.
Don't quote me on this. I'm because it's so fresh after I watched it like last night. I think it was Chad.
I'll have to look into that, but yeah, like he obviously comes along, doesn't he? And he says, "Oh, I'll deal with this."
Yeah.
Before he goes up to the guy, and he goes, "Oh, give me a smoke," and basically gives him his. Well, keep the full packet. He walks off, opens it, and it's got a load of money in there.
Yeah,
so
full of $100
he's obviously
bills.
paying. I mean, I don't know why you'd pay that much money. $100, you say?
Yeah, loads of $100 bills.
Oh, right. I don't know why you'd pay that much just to carry on smoking indoors.
Yeah.
I mean, I can only assume there's a bigger meaning behind it. But
and I think I know what it is. I think it's going back to the drug trade. In the old series, Bobby and Leo were running a coke trade, if you remember. I just think this is the modern day version of that.
Right, okay.
And like in the film Firewalk with Me, he killed the sheriff from Deer Park, Bobby.
Yeah.
Killed the other sheriff because he was involved in that drug deal.
Yeah.
So I think this is like another corrupt police officer who's in on the whole drug trade kind of thing.
Bobby's now in the police, though, isn't he?
Yeah, Bobby's reformed, but he might not be reformed. He might still be involved.
Like,
yeah,
he could still be involved.
I didn't even think of that. He could still be running it or something. Yeah.
Oh, I guess that's something we'll hopefully find out before the end of the season.
Yeah. I just want to jump back quickly, mentioning Bobby. It was interesting they didn't confirm who Becky's dad was, I found. Shelley's daughter. It could be Bobby, it could be Leo. You know what I mean? We just don't know. It could be a third party we don't know about.
Yeah, I guess we'll find that out.
Yeah, that's another question to be answered. So getting back to this scene, it's paid off. Who I think is Chad. If it's not him, we've definitely seen him before. I think this guy.
I feel like I recognise him.
Yeah, pays him off. And these girls then show a bit of interest, don't they, in this creepy dude. Yeah. One girl asks him for a light, sits down. He asks her to sit down next to him, and I don't know how to explain what he does. He just gets really creepy with her, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, she just sits down. He instantly pulls her over, and he's literally just like fondling her.
Yeah, and nobody else seems too bothered about it. Other people
like
are looking around and stuff.
The girl's friends were kind of turning around like oh shit, like as if like, oh, are we supposed to do something here? But
yeah,
I feel like you'd do a bit more than that in real life. But
yeah, definitely.
I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
Yeah, he's a bit of a creepy guy. And he actually tells her he's got his hand around her throat at one point, like, you know, proper like manhandling her. And he tells you, I'm going to laugh when I fuck you or something. And it's just like, oh my God.
Like, it's a proper creepy scene, isn't it?
I mean, this is why I love Twin Peaks. It can go from like goofball comedy with Dougie to this, you know what I mean? Like in a minute kind of thing. Yes, I mean, it is pretty horrifying. I found that scene. And it's even worse that we don't find out how it resolved. It just ended there.
Just carved it.
And we don't know, I don't have a clue what happened after that. And so we then jump from that, which is probably my highlight of the episode, to pretty much the end of the episode. It's Evil Cooper in jail. I nearly said in Dale then. Evil Cooper in Dale. Evil Cooper in jail, getting his one phone call that Gordon Cole mentioned last week. And Gordon Cole said to the warden, I expect you to give him his one phone call, and I want to know every word of it. So he gets his one phone call. How would you explain this?
It's quite weird, isn't it? Because the warden walked through with his phone, and with the phone, it's like, oh, here's your phone for your one phone call. And I feel like Evil Dale said his name, and he seemed a bit taken aback by it. He's like, oh, God.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, I feel like he was like, oh, God, how the hell does he know my name? He went, oh, thank you, warden. And then
right, okay.
And so he goes upstairs, and and then like they'll basically look straight into the camera and says like, "Ooh, God, who do I call? Maybe I should call Mr. Strawberry."
Yeah.
No, he's busy.
But just the look on the warden's face when he says that, like, that must mean something to him. He's like, what the?
He kind of gets a bit
shocked, yeah.
I mean, I'm guessing this is on the same thing. Like, he seems to know a bit about the warden, so he knows his name. Maybe that Mrs. Strawberry is someone that he knows. Maybe it's a code name for someone. I don't know. But he said, "Oh, Mr. Strawberry will be busy, won't he? I know who to call." And then he kind of gets the phone and just starts dialing loads of numbers.
Just the way he's fast dialing. It's great.
And then I swear he does about 20 numbers before the alarms in the station. Well, it's the jail, isn't it? Sorry.
Yeah.
In the jail, just start going off, and everyone's like panicking, going, "What the hell?" Like all these people manning the computers are just going, "I don't know what's going on," and they don't hear this, but we as the audience hear it, and he picks up the phone and goes, "The cow jumps over the moon." Like I don't believe the warden or the people recording it heard that.
Yeah, I think the whole thing was just a distraction so that nobody could hear what he was saying down the phone.
Yeah.
So he says that the cow jumps over the moon, and then everything stops, goes back to normal.
Well, he puts the phone down, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And then it's just as if it was normal. It's like, "I'm ready."
Yeah, back to normal again. And we find out that I think I'm interpreting it this way. We find out what he called was that little black beeper from the start of the show.
This is the bit where it kind of shrinks, isn't it?
Yeah, and out of nowhere, it's bleeping, and it just shrinks down into a
little thing. I could not get my head around that for the life of me.
No idea what that means. The only context for it is it's in Argentina. And remember from the film, David Bowie was from Argentina. Well, not from Argentina, sorry. He was in Argentina working, and he teleported to the Philadelphia office and back again.
Yeah.
So it's definitely involving Philip Jeffries somehow. How, I don't know, but that's part of the mystery. But really, really, really weird, that scene. And the Roadhouse one for me were two amazing scenes to end the episode on.
Brilliant scenes, I have to agree.
Yeah, I love that. And then we jump from there. We jump to just Dougie/Dale just staring at the statue.
Yeah,
it's nearly night time.
Looking at the shoes and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
And this again, to me, I feel this was the same kind of deal as the gun. Like he sees the shoes and he's just like, "Oh wow, I used to have nice shoes." I feel it was a more of like a flashback to him being an agent.
Being an agent, yeah.
Anything else? That was what I interpreted it as, anyway.
You're probably right, because it's all about agent flashbacks. This episode, isn't it?
And he's just stood there for ages. I think a police officer comes along at one time, he's like, "Oh, move along, sir," before he just goes off. But he's just stood there and he's still just staring straight at them.
Yeah. And that's pretty much it, isn't it? You just finish on Dougie looking at the statue. And the credits roll up. And the credits roll up
while he's still staring at the whole way through as well, yeah.
So it's the first time, as you mentioned before, it's the first time we've not finished on a band back in the bar. So, yeah, that's pretty much the episode. Have you got anything more you want to add on the episode?
No, I think that I've pretty much summed up. No, that's everything for me. Have you got any more theories from this episode? Personally, I don't feel like it's given us enough information to get any more theories from last week.
I totally agree with you. It's more just an episode where it feels like at first glance not much happens, but in reality a lot does. But it's not really setting up any theories or anything. It's just more confirming stuff for you, that kind of thing. So I'm still looking forward to seeing what part Laura Dern's got to play. Yeah, I feel like she'll be a big part of it. So nothing else really, to be honest with you, on the episode.
Pretty much done the entire episode.
Yeah. So how would you rate it? This one out of 5?
It's gonna go back to I'm just gonna have to stick with 4.
Yeah, 5. I was fluctuating. I was thinking, should I give it a 3 because not much happened?
Although, right, if I were to rate it based on the other episodes, I'll have to rate it higher because this is probably my favourite episode so far.
Yeah,
as you said, not a huge amount happens, but I feel like this is the best episode of the 5.
Yeah, I agree with you. I've gone back and forth a bit on it, thinking about it, but originally I was thinking, I'll give it a 3, just because not much happens like the other ones do. But I've gone the other way now. I'm thinking I'm just going to give it a 5.
Enough, yeah.
I might get to the point now.
Got nowhere to go now.
I know.
Episodes, though.
I just loved it. I think every week I'm going to just give 5s from now on. It's going to be boring, but yeah, I loved it. How would you rate it?
Like I want to say 4 just so I still have some of that place to go, but I'm probably going to bump it up to 4.5.
Yeah, nice one. That's fair enough. I agree with you. I think it's the best episode so far. It starts to tie stuff together. And we're just getting, bit by bit, we're getting more of that old Dale Cooper back as well. So, yeah. Great stuff. Okay, so we've pretty much covered the episode. Not got any theories this week, but have you got anything else you want to mention before next week? Or
I guess we can drop the Twitters.
Yeah, drop the social media. Yeah,
that's about it. We've got my Twitter, which is DSTE Nick.
Yep, I'm on at Taylor1980. Do you remember the main page on that?
We've got the main Twitter, which is at DSTE Podcast. Go and follow us there. Tweet us. Any feedback would be fantastic.
I do remember the Instagram one because of John O's number 4 thing. DSTE Podcast 4, is that right? At Instagram?
Yeah, it is. I don't think the last bit's true, but anyone who's on Instagram and knows how it works, it is just DSTE Podcast and then number 4.
4 at Instagram.com. You'll find that on the internet. If you Google that on the internet.
You'll be able to locate it.
Yeah. So, just to mention, this is a spin-off from the main podcast. Don't spoil the ending. We just did Wonder Woman at the weekend. Which,
as of when this episode released, it should have been out for a day back at that point.
Yeah, should already be live.
So if you like this, then please go and check that out because that is a really good episode. Yeah. Quite happy with that one.
And I think it's fair to say, no spoilers, but we all enjoyed the film pretty much, didn't we? So if you like Wonder Woman, if you like movie podcasts, go and check it out. Let us know what you think on the social media. That'd be great. And this week we're looking at doing The Mummy. Is that right?
We're planning on going on the weekend now, so that we can review it for next week. For
next week's podcast. So keep an eye out for that one. But other than that, I think I'm done for this week. Anything more you want to add?
No, that's absolutely perfect for me.
Great stuff. Okay. Well, yeah. If you've got any feedback, hit us up. We'd love to hear from you. But if not, just keep on listening, and we'll be back next week with episode 6.
Episode 6.
Yeah. Okay. Great stuff. So cheers. Have a good week. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.